Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to the H.G.R.G podcast. We back with another one. What's up, DT? What's up?
Jerry, I'm out of here, man. Hey, man, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, I was definitely going to ask you if you was with me, but I can't ask Lance that. So I guess we're just going to move on. Let's move on then.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's go past this. Let's go past
this. So we just moving past stuff today. I got it. Yeah. Listen, guys, we here with another one.
I don't know if you saw what I did there, but that was a little bit aggressive.
I like what you did. I like what you did.
You see, you know what I'm saying? You picked up what I put down? All right, go ahead.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about aggressive patience in real estate. We're going to get into that today. Let's go, fellas. This is something that a subject you guys probably never heard about when it comes to real estate. And we're going to bring it to you because there's a lot of different buyers. There's a lot of different investors, you know, that do things a certain way. And DT, when we say aggressive patience, what exactly do we mean by
that? Just, you know, forget about it. Take it to South Beach and don't come back.
Bro, what is he talking about?
That ain't that. I know that. It definitely ain't that.
It kind of sort of is, right? So, you know, what
tell me more.
State, let me tell you more. You know, be patient with my
aggressiveness.
No. my humor. So there's people that, you know, they get involved in real estate, right? They got, you know, 200,000, 100,000, you know, they got respective money and they're like, okay, I'm ready to move right now. I want to buy all the houses I could buy, 10 houses, 5 houses, 3 houses. And you got to be patient. You got to fall back. You got to understand what you're doing. Understand your market. Make sure you have the right team. What good is it to spend everything you have and it all fail because you started the foundation of your new business on a sandy foundation, right? Something that's going to crumble, right? You need pillars, you need stone, you need cinder blocks. You have to have the proper foundation, and what you're going to spend doesn't matter the dollar amount, but just don't be over aggressive. And okay, I heard real estate is it. You know, my inheritance is 100,000, 2, 3, 4, 500,000, and I'm gonna go all in. Or I did a HELOC. Our last episode, Lance, pick up what I'm putting down.
Go check it out.
Our last episode was on a HELOC, and you know I had a couple 100,000. Jerry, don't do it like that.
Lance, you picked up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, you know why? Because I don't like the way he fall back and. You know what I'm saying? Like when he flexing on me and all that.
Yours, baby.
Jerry, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I see that.
Yeah, I don't like
sit up so nobody can see that.
I don't like that. I'm just being honest. I don't like that.
So I sit up so nobody. I said nobody can see. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
So if you guys are watching this episode and you're paying attention, you see how aggressive Lance was when he fell back and he started showing the guns and all that. Like I don't like that. That's being overly aggressive, right? So in real estate, you know, when you sit back and you show your guns, you know, it could be a detriment to you, you know, and pun intended. You don't have to sit back and show your gun. You know, you just make sure you make calculated moves. How do you do that? Obviously, H.G.R.G is how you do that, right? You know, that's what we're here for. But this episode is targeted towards people. We give them free game away. We had a gentleman we had a conversation with where he's gung-ho, you know, he's ready, you know, locked and loaded. And, you know, we have to basically make sure he doesn't jump off a bridge. Okay, listen, you got things lined up. You're in a good position. You got some finances situated. Let us tell you what the best move for you is. But before we do that, we got to understand you. So patient aggressiveness or aggressive patience is essentially understanding what you're doing, allowing a mentor to understand you and then guide you in that direction. I mean, Lance, I can't keep doing this because your job is at jeopardy. I'm just being honest.
I see you. You do your thing. That's why I sat back like that. I'm intrigued myself. Like I'm not part of the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, tell me more.
No, stop lying, man. Stop.
So let me ask you this, just Jerry. When is there a good time to become aggressive in real estate, man?
All the time. But it's the way you gotta move. It's the way you gotta move.
It didn't have the same effect.
I just snorted on the podcast.
My lean back didn't have the same effect. Oh, damn.
Wow,
that was the relaxed one. He's aggressive, you're the relaxed one.
I gotta hit the gym.
Well, there was nothing aggressive about that lean back right there. I'll tell you that.
You can always be aggressive in real estate. It's just the way you gotta move.
Yeah.
Listen, there's processes in everything you do. Not because you got a 500,000 and you could buy property tomorrow. It takes a process. When you have the money, you already think you already got it. So that's what he's trying to explain. You gotta relax. Understand there's a process and everything. It takes time for the lawyers to work for you. It takes time for the title work to be done for you. It takes time for your realtor to go there, give you the whole full rundown on the property. It takes time. How you see it is, I have 500,000. I should be in real estate already. Give me my real estate. It takes time. It takes time. So you could always be aggressive in buying, but that process takes time. If that makes sense for you.
Because you could run into this, right? Because you could watch your money get soaked up real fast. Because let's say you are liquid, right? Heavy liquid. Meaning, for the people that may not know what that means, someone that has a lot of cash. Okay. Someone that's ready to buy. And they go, listen, I like that price. What'd you say those rents were? All right, let me get that. Bum, 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 bum. Let me get that all cash deal. Boom, boom. Not realizing that maybe before you get those rents, you need $20,000 of upgrades in this property. Right? Yeah. So now instead of you getting a new property, you're still stuck on this property trying to make it work so you can get that money that you thought you were going to get for rents, right? So instead of you getting another property, you now lost a property because you were too aggressive and not understanding the property that you were buying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot that goes into this, like just Jerry was saying and DT was saying, listen, take your time. Take your time. No matter how much money you got, take your time. If it's turnkey or whatnot, well, make sure it's turnkey. How turnkey is it? Right? There's a lot of things that you put makeup on it, make it seem turnkey, but when you get in the property, now you start to see all the stuff you missed.
Yeah.
Because your pockets are too fat and your mind isn't sharp enough.
Let me give you an example of something real quick. Not an example. Let me ask you a question. So I have 500,000. I can get a portfolio for a certain amount. Isn't that aggressive?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Know what you're buying. So if you get a portfolio and you're like, wow, I'm getting 15 properties in this portfolio. I'm getting, 13 multi-family properties, 2 singles. I'm good to go. Okay, but before you do that, yeah, they told you what the rents are, right? They told you what that portfolio is bringing in a year, but let's look at the neighborhoods. How will you be able to resell this if you need to resell it? Do you got to package it all together because that's the only way you can get it off? Or can all these properties stand alone and they can be sold alone?
Yeah. Because
they're in good neighborhoods. They're in good areas. You got to figure there's a lot of research that goes into this. DT, Can you expand on more on really losing your shit if you bought a portfolio just because you hear the numbers?
100%. So, there's people who enter the real estate game, and this is why we labeled this title of this podcast aggressive patience. We could have easily said patient aggressiveness, but we didn't for a reason. So there's people who
DT doing too much today. DT doing way too much today. Actually, you'll never be the hostess. I'm gonna let you know this. You'll never be the hostess. But go ahead, man. You're doing way too much. Go ahead, DT.
We could have named it this, but we didn't.
Hey, this is what happens when you pull up late on Puerto Rican time. You know what I'm saying? So,
happy Friday, guys.
My man is like, race car is the same way spelled backwards or forwards. Go ahead, DC.
Oh, Lance, you ahead of the curve. But so obviously, there's people who approach the real estate game with like a super bullish mentality, right? So, if you're a bull in life, or like, let's say you come from the stock market or you come from different investment strategies and you have that bull mentality, right? And then now you've been turned on to real estate. So real estate is now the trendy topic for you, or this is the new best thing for you. And you approach it with that bullish mentality, that aggressive, but not patient. That could be your detriment because things are danced up and dialed up on paper. You can invest in those things because paper says that this is going to be your return. These are the type of properties you should do. If you get involved with the wrong team, management side, mentor side of things, now you're bullish, but you have the wrong people in place, mentorship, management, realtors, attorneys, like a bunch of variables, but you're bullish. So now it's like you're at you're in the middle of the what is it, the stadium, and you got the red cape, and you literally have a bull coming at you. And if you don't make the right move right now, it's over for you. But that's not how real estate is. It should be based, or you should not invest in real estate with that mentality, with those strategies. It's not, I have a red cape, and if this thing doesn't go the right way, it's going to be bad for me. That's not real estate. That's the stock market. That's other type of investments. Real estate is a safer venture, right? So you don't need that bullish, I'm just going to shoot a shot in the dark and hopefully it hits. That's not real estate. If you have the right team, if you have the right people in place, the right market, the understanding of the market, financing, credit, cash, there is no cape. It's like a walk in the park. And that's where the patience comes in place.
Right.
Because you can't just go into a market where you don't know nothing about, right? And be bullish without patience and be successful. You got to have patience. And I would also say a little bit of bullish, but patience is a virtue, pun intended, to be successful in that market. It's just it just has to happen. To me, that's the key to success.
And we're not saying don't go buy 2-3 properties at one time, right? If they're there for the taking, you can, but there's stuff that led to that point where you can buy 2 or 3 at one time. You have everything set for you. You have your team set for you. The expectations for everyone around you and your team are set for you.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Pardon me.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem. You're the host today. Go ahead, DT.
Thank you. In softball, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm really not. But in softball, I have this saying. I say it amongst my teams: know your body, right? So I'm a big guy, right? So if I hit a good ball into the gap, and I round first, and it's in the gap, I know I could make second if I do the right thing. I also know third is not an option for me, right? Because I know my body.
Right.
If I hit a pop fly and the outfielder makes a bad play and drops the ball, I understand that I have to just stay at first base. Second base is not an option for you. Know your body. Understand the physical capabilities of what your body allows you to do. Transfer that to real estate. Know your power. Know your buying power. Know your investment strategies. Know who you are. Know your market.
Know your team.
Know your team. Right? So if you try to hit a home run and you miss, and then the outfielder makes a bad play, you probably should just run to first base and just be grateful that the outfielder made a bad play. Your intentions were to hit a home run, but the outfielder missed the ball, error. So you just stay at first base and be grateful. Don't try to go to second and get thrown out, because now it's on you. That's being aggressive and not patient.
Yeah, a nightmare could be, you're buying multiple properties, but at the same time you have somebody doing walkthroughs on your properties, not identifying things that you need to be identified. Mm-hmm. And someone may go, well, isn't that why you have an inspection? No, inspection will identify the bigger things. There's other things, there's other components to a property, especially when you're going to be an investor and put people in those properties.
Does an inspection tell you about what Section 8 requires?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Does an inspection tell you what the city or the municipality requires? No. Right? So those are the variables, like just 2-second reaction, right? That's understanding patience, right? Understanding that, okay, the inspection's purpose is to just allow you to understand what you're purchasing for the property. Understand the bones of the property, understand the roof of the property, understand the HVAC, the mechanics, whatever that looks like. It has zero cooperation or understanding of the municipalities that affect the outside, which is the most important part, the rent,
right? Quality
of the tenant, right? Availability of a tenant. Is this property even rentable? Is not the inspector's understanding or opinion or even wherewithal.
Right.
Yep. And then you're looking at it, you got all this money, and you're like, oh man, I can get this property for cheap. And all you're seeing is price. All you're seeing is dollar amounts, right? I can get this for cheap. But then you look at it, it's right. It's a house away from the corner, right? Where the corner's hot.
That's big.
And it's between 2 abandoned properties,
right?
Or a lot in an abandoned property.
Yep.
What are we talking about?
Yep.
Absolutely.
What are we talking? So you wouldn't got to buy because the price of it look good. I could buy it outright. Outright, I don't need a mortgage for this. I can buy cash.
And when you say cheap, are you referring to like comparables in that market, or are you referring to comparables in the market you're familiar with?
And that's a great question. But from how I was looking at it, was like comparables in that market, meaning that like you're seeing stuff for 90,000 and you see this one for 60,000 and you feel like, oh wow, look, I got equity built into this. You know, look at that. I could get this right now. I could get this cash right here by use this money for a mortgage. I could get 2, one outright, one with a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Everything, whatever's spinning in your head, whatever wheels are turning in your head, and then you don't realize that you can't keep anyone inside the property, and the turnover rate is crazy because of where the property is located. Like I said, a house away from the corner that's hot, in between an abandoned house and then a lot.
The thing is, when you're a bull, it could really get you have a bad taste in your mouth of real estate, because you bought wrong, it didn't work out for you, and now you're blaming real estate just because you were a bull. And that's where people go wrong. If you take your time and understand the research, what goes into it, and know that you have $500,000 on Monday, you wouldn't want to buy a house on Friday without doing the proper research.
Mm-hmm.
But because you have the money, you bought it Friday, and now knowing, now Friday you don't have no renters in there. You bought it in a bad neighborhood. It's just like Lance said, it's on the corner, 2 abandoned houses. Now you're like, what did I buy?
Yeah,
this is not for me.
Yeah, real estate bullshit. Yeah.
Bro, real estate was great for you. You could buy in that property in that area, knowing your exit plan or knowing what you're about to do. Let me buy those 2 other abandoned houses as well, and bring the property up, the value up. Mm-hmm. But if you didn't know that, you just bought one.
Right.
So those are the things that you have to be patient on. Understand what you're about to get into.
Can you
just gave you strategy?
That's a fact. That's the gems, like big
that's
gems.
A strategy. If that's not a gem for you guys in this episode, I don't know what to tell you. Because I gave you a horror story, but his strategy is I'm buying the block.
Right.
I have enough money to do it.
I'm turning the block around.
Mm-hmm.
So now what was a property that people ran from, people want to go to now, because now I control the street.
Yeah. And you can change the price points.
And you can change the price, and you can change the price points. That's right. Absolutely.
If the neighborhood allows you to do so, for sure. But I would like you guys to pigtail off, specifically you guys, because you could talk to it. The other end of the spectrum, from the example that Lance, when I asked you, are you considering that from a price point from a person that's in that market, or from external market from where you're from, right? So if you can expound from the external market, if you're a bull and you're not in your market, right? You're investing outside of your market and you're like, wow, that's cheap.
Yeah.
But because in your market, you can't touch a property for less than 500,000 or
right.
So now I see this market.
New York City is.
Can you guys expound on that, please?
My man, you want to buy everything. You liquid. You buying everything.
Yeah.
As soon as you see the prices, listen. First of all, I want to say this: H.G.R.G.club. Check us out. All right, guys. I'm trying to tell you something. We are in the Rochester, New York market, and the prices that you see and the ROI that you see here blow your mind. Blow your mind. Lock in with us. Right. With that being said, you look at the prices in Rochester, New York.
I'm taking the whole block there.
Yeah, I'm buying everything.
And that goes to the bullish mentality.
Because we see what we got from here. This market here. What?
Super important.
I'm all in. I can only get this here in this market because this is where I'm from. I look at this market. I could buy a whole block with this.
I could buy one here. I could buy 5 here. What are we talking about?
I'm buying the whole block. I don't care what they say.
Give me everything right away. It's the truth.
And then you realize, wait a minute, hold on, hold on. I bought a trap house. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, hold on. Take my time. Wait a minute. Oh, I bought 5 trap houses because I bought 5 of them straight up.
Wait, the governor lives in my house and not like the actual governor? Wait a second.
Yeah. So, absolutely. So the mentality is you see the markets and you see the ROI and you're like, I got to get in. But if you do it the wrong way, you're going to walk out holding your money in your hand.
So what's your advice to people who are from other markets, right?
Team. H.G.R.G is right here telling you team gets you to the next level.
Well, another thing is you think you can't lose, right? Because you see the price point. Yeah, ain't no way I can lose.
Yeah.
How can I lose?
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? I can't lose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you right now, you can 100% lose because when you are sitting there holding the bill because you can't get anybody in your properties, or you have another bill that you weren't expecting this. I'm telling you right now, 20,000 here, 10,000. I'm not over exaggerating numbers.
Not at all.
To fix a property up.
Not at all.
20,000 here, 10,000 here, 8,000 here. Oh, listen, we found something.
In this state too, and this moment of materials and contract, bro, it could go from 5,000 to 15,000, just like that.
So you spend a whole another 100,000 on the 3 properties you just bought just to get them right. So you ain't see $1. But in your mind, you calculated with that 100,000 because of what you see in the price point, 2, 3 more properties.
Yeah.
You know, 3, 4, 5 properties, depending on how you do it, 4, 5, 6 properties, seriously. Right. And you over here counting that money before you got that. You see what I'm saying? Because you counting the money before you got it.
Yep.
You counting that money. Oh, I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties. I do right here. Oh, say I get this right here. Okay. Oh man, I'm rich. I'm good. I'm about to make this for a year. Now you got to slice that in half. Right. Now you got to take away more of it because now your properties ain't ready and you thought they were. Now all of a sudden the city coming by like, oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. Wait. I just got an inspection. Yeah. You need this. You need that, and you need this. All of a sudden, I can't stand this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I went all in.
Walked right out.
Because you had that bull mentality without patience.
It's a fact.
Right? And the patience, the variable in patience is team and experience, right? Let's be clear, right? So with experience comes the patience. With a team comes the patience. They teach you patience humbly sometimes. But that bull mentality gets you stuck in that spot, right?
Yeah,
so
we've been there.
Can you expound on the perfect marriage between being a bull, because you guys are perfect examples of that, being bullish but yet with patience, and then the success part of that.
Yeah. Well, I would tell you this. You'll hear H.G.R.G say, "Listen, just make a move. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear DT say, you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot.
Okay.
Right? There's also a balance to that. Right? We also don't want you shooting 30 times and missing 30 times too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like
what Lance would do, you know what I mean? I'm saying in basketball, he's shooting 30.
It's because I'm a lefty, so my ball too.
Yo, bro, put your arms down. Stop showing your arms. I'm sitting.
My bad. But so there's a medium you got to have, right? You start to build a team. Once you start, and like just Jerry was saying, team, right? So once you start to build a team, you start to feel more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when expectations are set, you start to feel more comfortable buying and purchasing properties a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, go look at these 3 properties. Come back, one fits what you guys want. We not going. You sure the other 2 not? This is not the. You know what I'm saying? Why not? We're trusting our team already. Okay, it's 1. Boom. Let's take that 1. Right. Other than a couple years back, we're like, fuck it, grab all 3. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start to figure it out, you got to reach in that bank account.
It's a great point. Absolutely.
And every time you figure it out, every time, bro.
You know what figuring out means?
Figure out. I'm about to say. Yeah.
What does figured out
Translation.
mean?
Go ahead.
What does figured out mean, Lance?
Yeah. Spend that bread.
You walk into the bank account. You walk into the bank. Absolutely.
Spend that bread.
Figure it out means it's only money, and I'm gonna spend it. It is what it is. You
gotta lie to yourself.
You could throw money on top of problems, right? And then money sometimes resolves problems. But when you look at the large scheme of things, right? Hindsight being 2020, that's not the right recipes for success all the time. Money can cover your bullish ways. Patience can avoid your bullish ways, having to have your money pay for that.
And you can expand your empire a lot quicker. Because here you are being bullish because you want it quicker. And the reality is that your bullish ways is not helping you grow quicker.
Mic drop. And being successful, and I would say super successful in real estate. And I know we can all attribute to this because we all have bullish and patient ways. Pick up what I put down, Lance. Is the recipe for success. Being bullish and patient is the recipe for success. You can't be passive aggressive in this market and be like that guy or that lady, right? You got to be bullish and you got to be patient. And you got to know when to be both at that time. Because there's moments where you got to be patient and literally sit in that space and dwell in that space and just, be the best at that. And then you got to be bullish. There's time you got to be bullish and you got to be super bullish. And that's not for everybody.
That's a fact.
But I feel like the proper balance for those 2 are the key to like the super successful, the super affluent in real estate specifically, because real estate is not for everybody.
Yeah, we had a chance. Jerry and I had a chance to buy a portfolio, and it just wasn't for us at that time. It just wasn't. It wasn't for us. The price point wasn't for us. Meaning
so that's incorrect.
What was it?
Because the portfolio was 9 properties, 6 of them we would have to put another $40,000 in each. That made no sense for us to go into it.
Got you. Okay.
So
we had to invest a bunch of money after buying.
Right after that, we would spend our bag because his price points was up there, and then we would have to spend about $30,000 to $40,000 each property.
The
math ain't mathing.
Yeah, it didn't fit your strategy.
Right.
But think of that though. If you're bullish without a team, and you out here with your homeboy, telling them what you're doing, is fit that 9 properties.
Yeah.
Go get it, bro.
But
that's life changing.
The also conversation is if you're doing with your buddy doesn't know the contractor. So the contractor is going to give you 15, and 15 from our experience can go all the way to 30.
Right.
So if you adding everything up, it made no sense for you, but you bought it because you're a bull.
Yeah. No,
don't get me wrong. Your patience of building each property, you'll get there, but it's gonna take you.
I'm a bull by nature, right? When it comes to like investing,
or sheep, maybe.
no, I am.
No, or sheep, or sheep.
No, I'm a bull. I'm 1,000% bull. I'm with the shits. Like I'm all in. Like there's never been a deal where I don't think it can't work. You know what I'm saying? Like sheep don't fit in my category.
he said he had to clear it. No, I'm a bull. No, no.
No. The numbers work, or if they're close to working, I'm all in, right?
Let's figure it out. Yep.
So obviously, the more you learn, obviously the more experience you got, if the numbers don't work, we're not talking about it. But if there's like a slight chance of these numbers working, to Lance's point, there was an opportunity for like a multi-unit, 100-unit property, and I was like, oh, my eyes got like this.
I remember this.
I'm in, bruh. I'm all in. I'm gonna do whatever. That was the mentality in me. But reality is that I'm leveraging my entire family, my future, everything on this one move. If for some reason that
doesn't work out,
contractor telling me that the number is only 200K, but it ends up being 300K, is going to change my life, and I'm not going to be able to afford this deal.
Right, you finished, yeah.
Though this is my dream, and this is what I've been dying to do, my bullish, my mentality is like, I got to have it, and I'll figure it out if it's 300K.
Right.
But what happens is 301.
What happened is you figure it out. You might keep figuring. You know what I'm saying?
What happens is I'm blessed in life that my wife is like the angel on my shoulder, who is not like riled up by no numbers. No, there's nothing in this world that makes her like this. She's always like this. So when I brought that to her, I was like, yo, I've been telling you about this for years. Like, this is the shit. She like, just bring me the numbers. I brought her number. She was like, okay, so if this 2 turns to 3, what we gonna do? I said, I'll figure it out. How?
Right.
You just gave up everything.
How? Where? If it's $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, okay, I'm sure you can fit it out. 100, 150, 200. How? What are you gonna do? Because you
leverage the house.
You leverage everything. You did. So how? And you know what? I love you for that. I pass on it, and the best thing that ever happened. Pass on it. Somebody else grabs it. Whatever that did for them, cool. The next deal we got.
Yeah, I heard they became multimillionaires. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they paid multi-millions.
Yeah, I heard that it's unbelievable now.
No, that too turned into 1.4, 1.5 or some shit.
Correct.
Because of the city.
Correct.
So she told me if 2 turns into 3, what you gonna do? I said I'll figure it out.
He can't figure out 1.3.
I don't know how to figure that out, but I probably would have figured it out. But I passed on it, right? I passed on it, and that 2.3 turned into 1.23 because the town shut that whole shit down because it was a Section 8. It was a subsidized living.
Right.
They literally shut it all down because there was like mold in the roofs, and they made them do all new roofs on the entire property, 100 units. They made them do new driveways because they weren't spec'd out to the township. So they were only like 9 feet wide, and they had to be 15 feet wide. The lighting system in the parking lot wasn't up to town code either. So that they made them pay $180,000 on lights in the parking lot.
Crazy.
Yeah, it'd have been a devastating move for you.
So the point of that story is that my bullish, my I could figure it out. Thank God I have that angel on my side that was like, bro, figure it. This ain't for you.
Yeah, and if you need an angel while investing, make sure you go to H.G.R.G.club. We'll be your angel and get you to where you need to be from A to Z. I'm just telling you.
And we're gonna tell you, this ain't for you.
It's crazy. Yeah, listen. I'm sure you watch a lot of real estate. If you're watching us, you probably watch other real estate podcasts and whatnot. I'm sure you've never heard of this. And if you have, I know I haven't. I haven't come across it. I'm not sure if you fellas have, but
I haven't.
This is
We do
something
it. That's why we share this.
because you always hear the other side of it, like I was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your shot. Get into real estate. No time is better than now. X, Y, and Z. Boom, boom, boom. But you never ever hear somebody tell you, hey, slow down.
Right.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? And we're not telling you slow down that you can't go buy 10 properties at once, but get to a point where you're comfortable buying 10 properties at once. You have to, that doesn't happen, like you said, just Jerry, you don't have it Monday and or have $500,000 Monday and then have your property Friday.
And hold up, Lance, just to clear that up, you don't have to be comfortable in investing because investing is uncomfortable because it's going outside of your normal.
Right.
But to Lance's point, being uncomfortable is a feeling, not necessarily that when I show you the paperwork, you uncomfortably can't afford this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Yeah, big difference. Sure. Huge difference.
So we want to give you both sides. That's what we do. We don't want to give you just the come on, get into real estate, but also when you get into real estate, you need to move methodical, until you have everything set up and you're comfortable in real estate to really go ahead and get a little more bullish or aggressive. Yeah,
and that's the only way it's sustainable. Right? When you're watching YouTube and they tell you all this great, too good to be true ideas, right? As a thinker, I'm like, is that sustainable? Can I sustain that over the course of 20 years, 30 years? Is that like a thing? Or do I have to get lucky? So what you're saying, Lance, it's literally whatever you're doing, make sure it's sustainable.
Right. Yes. Yeah. You have someone out there. Go ahead, Giselle. You gonna say something?
Nah.
Yeah. I'm sure you have people out there going, I got 36 properties in 2 years, and that may be true. Not calling anyone a liar. But it probably took 6 months to get the first one.
I watched a podcast today. It said the title of the podcast was
H.G.R.G. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I apologize. It said 4 units to millionaire.
That's called clickbait, man. That's why I can't.
Tell us more, DT.
I can't get
4 units to now a millionaire. In the podcast, they said we own 4 units. We were able to quit our jobs and not ever work again for anybody else based off of these 4 units because we bought them in the right places and we get the right rent amounts, they're Airbnbs. And, now we're millionaires because of that. Listening to I don't want to downgrade.
But this that's right there alone tells you exactly what we're talking about. You listen to that, you all in. I have 500,000. I have it on Monday. I'm buying everything on Friday.
Right.
That because alone.
Hey, my boss, go fuck yourself.
I'm alone, bro. The conversation.
And that's kind of the story that they said. They said that when I got the 4th unit, I was able to go to my job and tell them I'm not coming to work tomorrow. Bro, 4 units.
Even if you're having a great market, it's not going to change your life. So you can
if you make $10,000 a month per unit, it's 40.
My man about to try to math the math.
Do the math. Do the math, right? 40 times 10 is 400. Times 12 is 480. Between 2 people, that's 240 each.
That's 125.
Where's the million?
Well, that's 125 though.
Where's the taxes at? Yeah,
you didn't take no taxes.
No taxes. 480 divided by 2 is 240.
Well, that's not realistic, Papa. He wants half.
No, it's not. I'm just listening to the podcast.
All right.
I'm just telling you what, bro. I'm telling you what they said. If it's on the internet, it's got to be true. Internet. That's what he said. He said 4 units. I'm just doing the math in my head.
It's not.
If you make 480 a month, divide that by 2. That's 240 each. Where's the million? Or 4 units? Is that? it's the and obviously it's a podcast, clickbait, whatever. But the point is going back to the bullish patience, right? Don't watch that. And you got to be a rat. If you watch that and you believe that, you deserve that because you just not whatever. And you're not the people we want you to be listening and pay attention anyway. But are you serious?
No, all I would tell you is on my side is we're not telling you not to buy. We're not telling you real estate is not the goal. We're not telling you don't jump into real estate tomorrow. What we're telling you is get your real estate, but be patient doing it. There's a process and everything we got to do. Get to the bag, but do your research. Do what you have to do to get to the bag. Do not get the bag and the bag hurts you. Like DT would have lost his whole life buying that 100-unit property, 100-unit building.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work for him. Do not do that.
Yeah.
But if he can afford 50 unit, absolutely go get that. But everything is calculated, guys.
Yeah.
My fault.
No, be bullish and patient is the message.
Yeah, both can be true. Both can be true. Both can be true. And once again, just to clarify this, you can buy multiple properties and gain access to a lot of properties very quickly. But you're building to that point. That does not happen from Monday to Friday, like just Jerry said. It comes with a little bit of trial and error. It comes with building your team up, having people that you trust and that know what you like to buy, understand your journey and your goal and your expectations, and they are there with you, making sure that you are having the smoothest journey, reaching your goals and hitting your expectations. Yeah. And then you're able to get them out.
Get them out of it.
Period. It just don't happen in a week, though.
Example, and I'm gonna leave you with this, and Lance, you close out if you don't mind after this.
No worries.
If any of you watching, I'm gonna ask you, Jerry and Lance. This is a question for you guys, but also for the people watching. I have an investment opportunity for you, and let's just say whoever's watching, and you guys are in a position where you can afford to do it. You could buy 50 units right now in market B. You have the financing, the property lines up, it makes sense, it's a good buy, cool. 50 units, a market you're not familiar with, you don't have a team. Do you make the purchase? Great deal. No, great deal though. Great deal.
How's it a great deal if I don't know?
No.
I need my team to figure it out for me. If I don't
you're talking about the number, you're talking about on paper, like the numbers and
on paper. The paper is great.
Everything
I don't care about paper. I need a team to tell me exactly what's going on.
Well, what if you don't have a team? Do you make the purchase?
It's gonna be hard. I gotta pull up. I gotta make my
yes and no.
Nah.
Do you make the purchase?
Nah, I don't make it. We've
been there.
We've been there. And that's what we preach.
Right. I don't make it.
We've been out. Listen, and you say you want me to close it out. We done bought properties with no team.
Dance on it, Lance. Dance on it, Lance. Dance on
it. I'm not gonna sit up here and be full of shit like our shit don't stink. We done bought properties, no team. Actually, I'm gonna bring that back. We bought properties with the wrong team. How about that? With the wrong team, getting robbed and getting it. You guys know, you watch us already. You know the stories, right? So we did that. So we know better now. And that's why we created H.G.R.G. Don't just because the numbers look right on paper and stuff like that, you go in there, you still going in there naked. You're going in there blindfolded. I promise you this.
And that's, bro, that could be in-house, in your state, or out of state.
Yeah, that could be.
You don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter.
Good point, G. That could be in your backyard. You can have your friends, cousins, nephews, niece that has the whole team situated, but you don't really have experience with them. And it could be in the same shit. You got the wrong team.
Right. Got the wrong team. Yeah. So that's important, man. We never want to scare you guys. We just want to give you the truth, and the truth is that you need a team, even in your backyard. Look at people that build properties from the ground up. Those type of investors. They got their blueprints. They got their 2, 3, 4, 5 blueprints that they use. They have the team that they have. They have the people that work on the pools. They have the people that work on the gardens. You know, they have all those people. You know, they have that team. They could phone call away. Boom, 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 boom. You know, that's just what they do. They develop that over time, though. So if you're going to be an investor and you're building properties from the ground up, you may go through 2, 3, 4 builders before you get the builder that you want.
If not more.
If not more, you may go through a couple guys that do the lawn, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, before you get the people that do make the house pop the way you want it aesthetically outside. You know,
it takes time. It takes patience, man.
You may go through a lot of things first before you can just make the phone calls.
But once you do have that, oh man,
right, then you're off and running.
Go have a good time.
You're off and running. Listen, guys, once again, we appreciate you guys. You know, we're bringing something to you guys, an angle that you guys probably never heard before. And if you have, you know, we got the better podcast here. You know, but if you have, understandably, but I've never heard of this before. This is something that we came up with just on a conversation, you know, with a student, and we figured we'd bring it to you guys. This is what we do. We take real life situations, you know, and we bring it to you guys. But the reality is, do not be scared to jump in. But when you jump in, be methodical, build your team, and then go ahead and attack. Once again, guys, from our mouths to your ears, we'll see you on the next one.
Salute.
What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines.